Welcome back, everybody. My name is Lewis, and this is another episode of Man Bites Film. This week, we're going to be reviewing three great films. I honestly can say that these three films are awesome. So, the first one that I want to start the show off with is called Being Flynn. This is a 2012 Paul Weitz film, and it's with Robert De Niro and Paul Dano. And Robert De Niro is the father, this basically like this lost father to Paul Dano, and Paul Dano was raised by his mom and all this stuff, and it turns out that his dad was a failed writer, and he thinks he's the greatest thing since bread. And then Paul Dano has fallen into the same circumstances that he's actually become a writer as well. And the whole story unfolds when the dad tries to find the son again after a long period of time. And the son is living in New York and living in like this basically artsy style of life. And then the dad is just, his life is a complete mess. And then these circumstances bring the two together to actually get to know each other. And he really gets to know his dad. And this is kind of an intense film. Their chemistry between De Niro and Dano is so good. And I haven't seen a great interaction between a father and son, such a realistic interaction, in a very long time. And this definitely takes the cake. This film, I give it an 8 out of 10. It is well worth sending away for, buying, anything. I mean, this is a great film. If you haven't seen this film yet, please go out and watch it. It's sort of like a drama style comedy in some parts. It's a very dark film, very, I want to say like very French, I guess you could say. That's the closest thing I could really think about for this. It's extremely well done though, and honestly it's very entertaining, and it'll keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the whole time that you're watching this, just to see what happens between this relationship, this fucked up relationship between the two of them. I really did enjoy it. So if you are a Paul Dano fan or a De Niro fan, please watch this. It's excellent film. And this is something you have to send away for through Netflix, and I believe it's streaming on Amazon. So please check that out. And our next segment is going to be our feature artist. This week we're going to be doing Felicity, and their song is Burn the World. This is an Orlando local band, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys in a minute for the other two films.
way you stared me the first time I saw your eyes, I knew my heart could fly. Your always gone for so long, I cannot breathe. I need you here so that you can somehow stop. Together, we had something, now it's nothing. Keep it together. You're gonna break, you're gonna break. I said, we've gotta keep it together. Like a rock with a broken chain. We gotta keep it together. There's still what's left to learn. Stop your promising. You lied to keep us going. Next time I see your face, I wanna feel nothing. I wanna feel nothing.
Welcome back, guys, and I really hope you like Felicity and their song Burn the World. I really enjoyed their song, so I wanted to share it with you guys. The next film that we're going to review is Upside Down. This is a Juan Solanas film, and it's with Kristen Dunst and Jim Sturgis. And this is a 2012. I give this about a 6.5 out of 10. It's basically a romantic comedy about two worlds that are so close to each other that they feed off of each other, and their what do you call it? Their gravity is so intense that it actually shares a little bit of pocket between the two worlds, and it basically revolves around these two civilizations that grew on these two planets, and they are literally attached to each other, and it becomes like very class warfare style, I guess. One is very like dirt poor, and then the other one is very high end. It's the upper class, so it's kind of a class struggle there, a class struggle romance type of thing. And these two people fall in love with each other from each of the planets, and they find a way to interact with each other as their children. And then they start growing up and they start getting jobs and all that stuff, and the main character, the Jim Sturgis character, actually remembers this woman and is like, oh, I should really see if maybe she's alive, because of circumstances that happen. And it's basically follows his adventure trying to find her after all this long period of time. And it is a good film, a great concept, but the execution is kind of cheesy, and there's kind of pointless scenes throughout the film that you're kind of like, why are you including this in this film? It drags the film longer than it should. It has great little moments and great comedic moments with certain actors that are just awesome, especially the building where the two worlds intersect, and he gets a position right in the middle of that building. So he's literally able to, you have one side of the office is his side, and then the other side is right above him. So the roof of his is the other people's desks roof. So it's very interesting how they do that. It's a very interesting story, very interesting concept, just badly executed. It could have been so much better. So again, this is streaming on Netflix. It's kind of easy access, so I would recommend to you to watch it. The next film that I want to review though is The Good Thief. This is a 2002 neo-noir crime thriller. I give this one an 8 out of 10. Director is Neil Jordan, and this is basically like very true romance style, very Leon the Professional style 90s film. And it's a gambler trying to retire, and he wants to do one last heist. And it's very realistic, very, very realistic the way that this is approached. This is, I guess, like, they're trying to go for the grittiness and very European style that Neil Jordan does normally, and it feels like a 90s film because of this style, this neo-noir, LA Confidential even, I guess you could say. I can't really pinpoint how I feel about this film because it's so good, but it's like when you're watching it, you're like, okay, this is whatever, right? Okay, I've seen that before. Okay, I've seen that before. But then after you finish watching it and you absorb it, that's why I give this an 8 out of 10, because when I absorbed this film was fantastic. Okay, this is streaming on Netflix, and I ran across it just by sheer chance. I was like, oh, okay, it's recommended. I'll try it. I'll see. Netflix gave it a 5 out of 5 for me, and I was like, okay, this is pretty close. And Netflix never sends me the wrong way with the film recommendation, so this was a very good one, and I really enjoyed it. It has the Ocean's 11 feel, just minus all the all-star cast, and it's a little bit grimier, I guess you could say. So, I can't even, I don't want to say anything because I'm going to spoil the film. So go watch this if you like any of those movies that I listed. It's easy access, Netflix streaming, you could get it easily. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys next week, and please check out the website. I'm gonna soon have like basically like a subscription. Click on the bottom so you can actually subscribe to anything, emails, all that stuff, because I'm going to be releasing documentaries this year, and next year I'm going to be working on a horror film as of right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this show, and please check out the website for updates. Thank you.